Basically, it's Rachel Dawes directing Bruce Wayne being Frankenstein. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On The Brinkcat, and today I'm going to review the latest romantic horror film, and that film is The Bride. This movie is written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, and this movie stars Jessie, Buckley, Christian Bale, Peter Sarsgaard, Penélope Cruz, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Annette being. In 1930 Chicago, groundbreaking scientist brings a murdered young woman back to life to be a companion for Frankenstein's monster. What happens next is beyond what either of them could have ever imagined. So I was interested in this movie because, first of all, Maggie Gyllenhaal is directing a Frankenstein movie. I was interested in that going in. Basically, it's Rachel Dawes directing Bruce Wayne being Frankenstein. Literally, that's all I was thinking of when the previews came. I'm like, literally, it's Rachel Dawes directing Batman. But instead of being Batman, he's Frankenstein. So we have a lot of Frankenstein movies out there. And of course, The Bride of Frankenstein is one of the classic stories of the horror movie genre. So this is more of like a modern, new one take on The Bride of Frankenstein. And I was interested going in the movie. I thought the trailers really does intrigue me. It definitely has that artistic vibe that I'm like, yeah, this could be one of the movies of the year. And Maggie Gyllenhaal, I have not seen her other directorial debut film, which I'm going to put right there because I couldn't think of it right now. I heard really good things about it, so this is my first film to see what Maggie Gyllenhaal can do with this film. And this film is very, very mixed bag, full of negativity. There's a lot of negative reviews with this movie. But I always go into films with a mindset of getting my own opinion out. Sometimes I don't agree with critics. Sometimes I don't agree with people with films. I just go into films with my own personal opinion, and The Bride is definitely one of them for me, where I wouldn't say I disagree with the critics. I understand what the critics are saying about this movie and what people are saying about this movie, but I need to get my own opinion out with this movie. I'm going to be completely honest. I like The Bride. I think this film is different, it's original, it's chaotic, it's wild and crazy, but I had a really good time with this film. Is this the best film of the year or anything? Absolutely not. There's definitely a lot of issues with the film. It's definitely a very flawed movie. But throughout the most part, I wasn't bored throughout the movie. I was at least entertained by this movie. And I was enjoying what Maggie Gyllenhaal does with the film. And I would say that's one of the biggest positives with the film. Maggie Gyllenhaal. I think she does a really unique take on The Bride of Frankenstein. When it comes to her direction in this film, the overall look of this film, I like this modern rock punk take that she brings with The Bride of Frankenstein. It brings something at least a bit unique and original within it. And I gotta say, the two main leads in this film, in my opinion, are fantastic in this film. Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster, he is really good in this film. I think the makeup they put on him looks incredible in this film, and his performance in the film, he is really good in this film playing Frankenstein's monster. There are times in the film where I'm just like, holy shit. Definitely Christian Bale is definitely bringing up with his performance, and I thought he did a pretty solid job in the film. But we can all agree, even if like people are hating on this film, we can all agree that Jessie Buckley is the best thing about this movie playing The Bride of Frankenstein. She is, to me, incredible in this movie. I'm hoping that she wins the Oscars for her nomination for Hamnet because she's incredible in that movie, but she played a very emotional role in that movie. This is a completely different role that Jessie Buckley is playing. She is wild in this film. She is insane in this film. And I think Jessie Buckley looked like she had so much fun playing this type of role, and I think she does a fantastic job in this film. There is a bit of a flaw with her character, which I'll get back to in the flaws of the film, but I wouldn't say the performance is the issue. I think she is incredible in this movie as the Bride of Frankenstein, and I think her chemistry with Christian Bale is really good in this film. This is a romance film between them two, and I thought the romance in the film is wild, crazy, but unique as well in this film, that I did find myself really enjoying their chemistry in the film. And this film is wild. This is a very chaotic and crazy take on The Bride of Frankenstein, and it's one of those films that is very, very weird. So if you don't like these types of films, you're not going to like this film. There's a lot of scenes in the film where the film goes way too unique and different, to the point where I did appreciate what Maggie Gyllenhaal is bringing into this film. It brings kind of a fresh take on The Bride of Frankenstein in my personal opinion. But I understand completely the hate this movie has been deserving, because this movie is definitely not for everybody. It's definitely a film that is literally for people that want to see something unique and different. This is a very flawed movie. Even though I did like this movie, I don't think this is the best film of the year or anything. I don't think this film is perfect. There is a lot of moments in this film where I'm like, okay, that could have been a lot more explored, and I feel like that could have been much more developed. Especially with Jessie Buckley's character, because she has a moment in this film where she has sort of an entity in her, so at times she just randomly mumbles out rhymes in the film, and it's a different way to present it, and I can understand what Maggie Gyllenhaal is presenting with her, but I wish that could have been much more explored, because it just happens, and it makes us think, okay, what the fuck is going on in the film? It took me a while to kind of get used to what Maggie Gyllenhaal is trying to do with The Bride of Frankenstein. But this film is definitely a mess. There's a lot of story arcs in this film. There's a lot of things that happen in the film. And there are some storylines in the film that I wish that could have been at least a little cut off. Like Peter Sarsgaard and Penélope Cruz in the film. They have their own storylines in the film. And Peter Sarsgaard's aspect has something to do with Jessie Buckley's character. But it's just brought up and it just gone away. And I just felt like those characters are completely wasted in the film. Even Jake Gyllenhaal in this film is completely wasted in this film. He's literally in the film for like 3 scenes because he's just an on-screen actor in the film that Christian Bale loves in the film. He goes completely nowhere in this film. And there are definitely times in this film where I can see a lot of people comparing this to Joker Flea I'll Do, because there are definitely some really random shit in the film. There's like a dance sequence that does come out of nowhere. So this film is definitely a mess. I will agree with that. It is a messy ass film, but I just enjoy the chaoticness in the film. I really enjoy the punk rock, modern, neon 1930s mobster vibe with The Bride of Frankenstein. I think Maggie Gyllenhaal did, in my opinion, a pretty serviceable job. I just do think there's some things that could have been more explored, or at least like the random scenes and some chaos thing could have been a little bit dived down. But like I said, I understand the hate this movie is deserving, but I just had to give my own opinion out, and I feel like that's what movies are all about. It's all about giving your own opinions. To me, I don't think this is a perfect film. I don't think this is the best film of the year or anything, but I enjoyed The Bride. I enjoyed what Maggie Gyllenhaal does with this film. I think the performances are fantastic from Christian Bale, and especially Jessie Buckley. Cannot wait to see her future comes upon, because she's getting better and better and better in more movies to come. I love how chaotic this film is. It is a messy film, but it's at least a very entertaining and fun ride that I was enjoying what Maggie Gyllenhaal is doing with the film. It's a bold, modern, and unique take on The Bride of Frankenstein, even though I wish there are some story elements that could have been much more explored. Some characters are completely wasted in this film that could have been cut out and the film would have been fine. But I'll give you this, a lot of people comparing this movie to Joker Flea I'll Do. I'd rather watch this movie than Joker Flea I'll Do. That is for sure. This is a better version of Joker Flea I'll Do that we've ever gotten. Actually, I'm picturing in my head, this could be a better Joker and Harley Quinn movie, especially with Jessie Buckley's performance. I'm like, I can see her as a Harley Quinn. I don't know why. I can literally see her. But in my opinion, I like The Bride. I know a lot of people are going to be mixed by this, saying, oh, really? What do you see in this movie? I don't know. I walked out of this film going, I had a good time with it. And I am aware of the flaws of the film, but I did appreciate what Maggie Gyllenhaal is trying to do and making this film kind of different than most Frankenstein movies out there. And I really enjoyed what she did with The Bride. I'm going to say, for my opinion, with The Bride, I wouldn't say just don't go rush, but definitely check out this movie. If you are curious to see how this film is going to be, and if you like weirdness and chaotic ensues, you might like this movie, but definitely this film's a mixed bag by a lot of people. But in my opinion, I enjoyed myself with this movie. So guys, that is my review for The Bride. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below, because this is a very mixed bag movie. Do you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay? Just let me know in the comments below, and make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.